Sorry. There you go. Hello to somebody out there. I had it muted because I was eating. I'm trying to remember how to make everything happen. Nothing is happening the way it's supposed to. Okay, there it is. There's live chat. Uh, hey, Clara, there you are. I can see live chat now. It's right in front of my face, but whatever. That's fine. How are you doing? Okay, I'm eating. Right, you saw that in the link. Is that okay? Do you mind? I won't like smack in your ear. I can mute the mic, but I've got to eat. Hey, Michael. Hey, I just finished your video. I'm uploading it right now. Uh, watching you, right? Something like that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's terrifying. Actually, I'm a little scared of eating in front of everybody. Thankfully, there's a convenient little mute button. So, quick question, you guys. This is the first time I've done a live stream in the car with this mic. Is the volume? Is it too much? Too little? Am I too quiet? Not. Can you hear the car too much? Do I need to turn the air conditioners down? Yeah, watching you. I'm so nervous about anything. Anytime there's an Asian name, because the inflection is so important. It makes me nervous to say it out loud, even if I think I have the pronunciation right. So, how are you guys doing? Everything going good? Yeah, that's not going to work when I'm driving. The weekends are wonderful, and Clara, you're being a bad girl, getting on the live streams at work. What would your boss say? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't care. I don't know what you do. So, well, yeah, I do. I think I do. But yes, the weekend is very welcome. I'm very excited to be here. This last week has been crazy busy. We found the house. We put in the offer. They accepted the offer. And now we've been talking to insurance companies and inspectors and termite inspectors and carpenters. And so, I mean, immediately, as soon as we get the house, we're building on 2 rooms. So there's a lot going on, but everything's done now. All the paperwork and everything is submitted. We've given them everything we're supposed to. Now we're just waiting on them to do their part. And they say that we'll be that they've set the closing date for the 25th of next month, but there's a possibility we might be able to get in a little bit sooner. The sooner we get in, the more stuff like this can happen more regularly and hopefully with stable internet. And I won't have to be driving out to town 25 minutes away at 2 in the morning to upload videos anymore. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? This is so. This is really cool for me. I'm excited to be able to. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here. I couldn't find. I have a connection that runs from my iPad to this little device here that would let me play music through it. I don't have that. I can't find it. I wasn't really planning on doing much of that anyway, but just the idea of like chilling and chatting with you guys is exciting to me. This is something that I thought we would be doing like at least weekly by now, but life happens, but things are better. Things are really getting a lot better, calming down. No, okay, so yeah, the concert. I wouldn't say that. I'd say that because here's the deal. For all of you out there, for all of you who've already, I think there's like 3 or 4 of you here now, and for all of you who've already given something to help make this happen, I don't want you to feel like you need to give anything else. So I don't want to say we don't have enough money. I don't want to put it out there like that. What I'll say is this: I'm going to need to raise a little bit more. So what I have a couple of ideas of potentially how to do that, and once more people get in here, or I can talk a little bit about it now. I might need your guys' help because one of the ways that I could potentially raise some more would be to start doing live stream reaction sessions, but it would have to be on Twitch, and I know that some of you aren't on Twitch. But I know somebody who reached out to me a few months back who does that kind of thing on Twitch regularly, and what he does is he's got some kind of system set up through PayPal so that he my mic is unmuted, right? Yeah, okay. So that okay, good. So this guy reached out to me. He does live stream music reactions on Twitch, and he has it set up through PayPal so that people hop on there. And he said when he started out, people would donate $2 to react to request a song, and now he's up to $5 for a song. I don't know if I love that sort of model, because I don't know that I could that I would be like, when you do jump the line stuff, the reason I feel like it's justified is because I put a lot of work in on those. I put in a lot of time recording, and then a lot of editing goes into it. I try to cut it together so that it's paced well, it's fun to watch, so that I'm able to communicate whatever message I was trying to communicate. I try to put it together well, and I put a lot of time into that. The way that model is set up, it feels like, I mean, it's fine. It's almost feels like you'd be pumping money into a jukebox. And if people are okay with that, then I guess that's fine. So that's one way I thought of that I could potentially try to raise some money. I'll hopefully be in the house by the 25th, which means I'll hopefully have good internet by then. So I'll have a couple of weeks, I think, to do a few live streams and try to build up an audience and try to raise some money. And if I do that, I'll need your guys' help, because the way Twitch works, it's not like YouTube. The number of people watching sort of directly impacts how available your video will be to everybody else. So the way you guys will be able to support me and try to help me get to my goals of raising the money for that concert without having to give any more money out of your own pocket would be simply to show up. Or hell, even turn on the live stream on your home computer while you're at work or doing something else, or turn it on your tablet while you're on your computer and just let it play in the background, because just having those numbers there on Twitch makes a difference. That really does something. So that could potentially be some way that I could try to raise some money for the concert and get you guys to help. And the other way is that, I'll get right back to that, Clara, as soon as I finish this thought. The other way that I would consider raising some money is, I've done GoFundMe's before. It feels almost weird to suggest it after the reason I did it this last time, but I've done GoFundMe's before for other creators as a fan, right? I'll set up a GoFundMe, and me and a few other creators of the fans will get together and donate money to do things for them. And so that's a possibility. We could potentially set up that, and then you guys can help me in that aspect or in that scenario, by sharing around the link, dropping it in on fan sites or on Reddit threads or whatever. What I'm learning about PayPal is it's all about using the right link sometimes. You can generate different PayPal links for different purposes. So it's just a lot of the times about using the right link for I don't know. I don't understand a lot of it. When it comes to monetization, I'm honestly not very knowledgeable, right? I'm really learning sort of by the seat of my pants. Excuse me. I'm really hungry. But do either of those ideas sound like something that you guys think? The thing is, I would gladly, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't worry so much about, you guys had given what you've given, and I wouldn't worry about taking that generosity that you guys have offered and making up whatever difference I needed to out of pocket normally. But right now, I would not feel right about going to my family and saying, I know that we need to construct 2 rooms. I know that we need to buy a new washer and dryer, a new refrigerator, a deep freeze. I know that we have a brand new mortgage to take care of, but I'm going to take an extra $600 out of our sort of family funds and jolt off to another country to watch a concert, right? Normally I wouldn't have a problem doing it, but right now I have to be more conscientious. So we got to find a way to raise it. Like I said, I'm not asking you guys to donate any more. Any of you who've already donated, you've donated, and I really appreciate it. But we can work it out. Together we can sort of team up and try to make it happen. What's that? See, I follow some live reaction streamers, and some charge a minimum fee for a reaction, and others take whatever people are willing to spend. Some react to the highest donations first. Okay, so that's great. See, things like that are great. That sounds better to me, because that way I don't feel like I'm fleecing anybody. I mean, $5 can be a lot more to one person than it is to another. And I don't want to make anybody feel left out, and I don't want to make anybody feel less than simply because that $5 is more important to them. You know what I mean? So that might be a way to do it. Maybe like I don't know. We can figure that out. I guess what I'll need to do is I'm going to reach out to the buddy of mine who does these, or I say buddy of mine, this guy who reached out to me, and ask him how he set it up, how the Patreon thing is set up. I mean, the PayPal thing is set up, how that all works, and then try to set that up on my own. One thing he said that I would need is somebody, at least one person, to moderate. So maybe that's another place where some of you might be able to help me out. Somehow they're able to verify the PayPal donation before they put the song in the chat. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Yes, the house has been inspected, fully inspected top to bottom. It was built only in 2009, so it's fairly new, but it did get a full inspection. A couple of minor issues, like one of the water faucets on the outside was loose. Um, Biggest thing was there was a crack in one of the skylights. That's getting fixed, so it's no big deal. Everything else is perfect. The house is gorgeous. I will take you guys on a tour. Yes, I did say moderation, Clara, and you are definitely you're on the list for sure. Not expected, but appreciated. But I will take you guys on a tour of the house as soon as I can. It'll probably have to be recorded because it'll be before we actually move in, and we won't have internet set up yet, and the area doesn't have great cell service. So I'll have to record it, and then I'll put it together and I'll drop it on YouTube or in the Patreon for you guys. But I want to show you the house. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I'm really excited about it. It's not in the best area. It's in a really pretty area, but it's kind of secluded. So that's not awesome necessarily. But like I said, the house is gorgeous. It's huge. It's like 2,800 square feet. Oh, I missed that chat. And I don't know how to find it. They just disappear. Oh, there it is. Yes, a house tour for sure. Absolutely. So it's like 2,800 square feet. The house is. It's 2,840 square feet. It's huge. And we're going to add another 500 or so square feet for the other two rooms. And it's just beautiful. So we're excited about it. We're going to get into it pretty soon. The kids are excited. They'll actually have their own rooms again because they've been doubling up. And yeah, I don't know. That kind of makes me giddy, that topic. But as far as the concert goes, we'll try to raise the money. Any help that you guys offer will be amazing, and I'll appreciate it. And that'll come mostly from you sharing. Like I said, if we do live streams, sharing those things around. If I end up putting up some kind of fundraiser thing, you guys can share that link around for me. Try to tell everybody what an awesome time we're gonna have. Tell them about that I plan on live streaming as much as service will allow from the time, and my battery life, obviously, from the time I leave Texas to the time I arrive in Quebec City. I plan on trying to live stream as much of that as I can. So you're probably going to see different sides of me that you've never seen before. Not quite so well composed. You might see me scream at some motorists, or stuffing my face full of road food. But it should be a lot of fun. So that's how you'll be able to help. We're not at a place where I would be able to, like, if the concert were tomorrow or like in 2 days, I probably wouldn't be able to go. And that's just a reality. But don't worry, if worse comes to worse and that actually happens, I've got a record of what each of you have donated, and I will absolutely be returning your money, so that is not a problem. And Clara, that does mean that I would also be repaying you for the ticket. We will make these things happen if the worst thing happens and we're not able to actually make the concert happen, because that would be the best thing, right? Oh, it's 3:08. It's just 3:08. That's all. We're so early. What was that? Yes, my ID is in. That won't be a problem, so that's not going to be an issue. Now it's all about funds. But yeah, so my ID is in. I forgot how hairy I was. Oh Lord, I don't know if I can get it out. I'll cover up all the sensitive information, but the picture alone, if you can see it, look how fuzzy I was. Can you see? I was very hairy. I had a very large beard at the time that picture was taken. And Benoit, I saw you creep in there. How are you doing, my man? They're not awesome. They're not awesome. But I thought it was funny. I mean, there was a time when I have a tendency, or I used to have a tendency, to just let my beard grow until I just couldn't. Thank you. I'm so sorry for eating in front of you. But I was so hungry. But yeah, there was a time when I would just let my beard grow out until I just couldn't stand it anymore. It got so big that I couldn't deal with it. When I start finding crumbs in it after like 2 days, I'm like, no, that's it. Cut it off. That's good. I'm so glad to hear it, man. I'm excited to see you live. This has been a long time coming. Um, well, I haven't gotten too deep into the planning yet, but I have a general idea. There are a couple of you who have offered your couch, or uh, um, yeah, there are a couple of you who have offered your couch or a spare room or something, which is amazing because that will save money on hotel and stuff. So just don't axe murder me, okay, guys? In my sleep, I don't want to wake up with or with a shackle around my ankle or anything, okay? Um, but I know that I think I'm going to be going up through. Um, what is that? I think I have my route kind of planned out. Let me look. We got a few more minutes here. So I kind of plan on going up one way and back another. I think I was planning on going up through Detroit on the way up, uh, or potentially Buffalo, and then on the way back, I was going to come down straight from Montreal through to New York because one of you offered a place, offered kind of put me up for a day or two, show me around the city. I've never been able to really explore Manhattan before. I've been to New York 3 times, but I've bounced all around Manhattan, never really gotten a chance to really experience it. And I'm telling you, as a second generation Italian American who is also an actor and a huge fan of Broadway, it feels like a crime. I think I talked to Clara about this. It feels like some kind of crime that I've never really been. I've never even been on the street Broadway. So, um, someone offered to. I'm trying to remember exactly who it was. That was so long ago. Clara knows who it was. Uh, you guys will have to forgive me. This is something I never talked about with you, with all of you. But sometimes it's hard to keep some of your names straight because not all of you. Most of you I can keep straight, but a few of you have one name on the Patreon, one name, a different name on YouTube, and a different name on the Discord. And so I get confused. I get a little confused about it. But we have one of our fellow people here who live in New York or live around New York and offered to put me up and to show me around the city, show me some good places to eat. Maybe we go catch a show. That sounds great. So I plan on going up through the day, 2 days before the concert. I plan on arriving in Canada, potentially to spend a day or two in Montreal, like a night in Montreal, and then go up to Quebec City the day before the concert, stay for the concert, maybe stay a day after, head back to Andrea. That's who it was. Yes, thank you. And then after, stay back a day or so after the concert, and then take the trip from Montreal. From Quebec City down through Montreal to New York. Stay there for maybe a day extra. 2 days, one night, that kind of deal, and then I will start the long drive back home. I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming that. I don't know if that will be as exciting or interesting for anybody, but there will be certainly. Yeah. That's the plan. Is to be rested. I mean, the drive from here, from Texas to Montreal, is going to be a beast. That's going to be 20 hours, 21 out of 22, somewhere around there. So that's a beast. So I'll do that, and then I'll get to Montreal and I'll sleep. A whole week? Okay, I can't do a whole week, but I would for sure stay at least one extra day. You have my word. You have my word, Clara. But at least one day I will be there. Maybe two. I don't have it when it's after the concert. I don't really have. I mean, I don't think I could maybe do. I couldn't do too many days, but I don't have like I have to be back by this time. So after the concert's over, the schedule will get a little lax. But I'll travel up there, get all the way to Montreal. I can't remember. One of you also said that you live in Montreal and that you had a couch that I could stay in, sleep on. So I can't remember who that was either. I'm completely spacing. These conversations were so long ago, and fires have happened, or I mean, a lot of stuff has happened since then. right? Dealing with all the things and moving different places. And so I'm all discombobulated about it. But I'm sure we will talk to each other before it happens. I'm going to start setting these plans in stone probably about a week before the concert. Benoit, that's who I thought it was, but I didn't want to say anything out loud. And Gabby's there too, but I'm pretty sure she stays in a dorm or something. And I don't think I would impose. Yeah, yeah. I was pretty sure you've made that offer before, sir, and I appreciate it. Yes, you do. Way better than I do, by the way. I appreciate that. But like I said, I don't think it would be. It'd be a little weird if I hit up Gabby for a place to stay. I'm pretty sure, like I said, she's staying in a dorm, so I'd be sleeping in a closet or in the bathtub if they even have one. So, but no, Benoit for sure. Montreal, stay there for a day, and then get rested, relax, take the next day nice and slow, and then drive up to Quebec City the day before the concert, relax, have dinner, hang out with Clara, hang out with whoever else is there. I know that Gabby, I think, is going to the concert in Quebec City, so she might be there. We might get to meet her that night, and then sleep, have the concert the next day, be rested, and then, you know, stay a night, relax the next day, and then head back down toward New York. Maybe an extra day. No telling after the concert's over. That's the plan, but it's really loose right now. I don't figure I'll really nail anything down like in stone until about a week before the concert. I like to try to keep things pretty fluid in case something changes. But you guys talk about it in the Discord. We're about to invite the Discord in here in just a minute. But that's great. That's great. You know, I'm gonna bring my camera. You know that I'm gonna have my camera anywhere, so you better be ready. Uh, but we're about to invite the Discord into the chat here in just a minute. I don't know who's going to come from over there, but hold on, wait a second, Clara. I haven't forgotten about you asking about that film. I'll get right to that. Honestly, yes, sir. Yeah, I would be absolutely up for that. Um, are you serious though? Like, is that for real? Like, obviously, I don't think you would say it if it wasn't for real. You have to understand. It kind of feels like I made it up in my head. Yes, sir. I'm definitely game. Yeah, yeah. That's something that I could do. I would love to. I would love to. I would have to do a lot of research beforehand and really get to know her better. But I would absolutely love to. Um, she seems like a wonderful lady, and her performance at that concert, the one I reacted to, just floored me, man. It laid me out. So yeah, I would absolutely love it. That would be wonderful. And the idea of me meeting or talking to Laura Fabian, whether it's over stream or anything, seems so far outside of the realm of reality that I don't think I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that would even be possible. She must be incredibly busy. Um, but you know, I certainly wouldn't say no to either of those things. I certainly wouldn't. It would be amazing. Um, might even find a way to open up before if we had an interview like that scheduled. We might even find a way to open up some kind of poll on Twitch and try to help raise funds by allowing people to vote on what questions to ask. That would be great, sir. And absolutely send her. And, if you want to send her the reaction I did, if she wonders who I am, you can send her any of my contact info, anything that you have about me. I am an open book, and especially with someone like her, I have nothing to hide. So absolutely, I mean, there's nothing I wouldn't share. So let me know if there's anything I can help with. Yes, that will be amazing. That will be great. Um, you know, I've only been to two concerts in my entire life, and that's not even that's not an exaggeration. and neither of them were people that I was particularly excited to see. So this is going to be a new experience. But Ben, you're blowing my mind, man. You got to stop doing that, Clara. About that film, yes, I'm trying. I'm okay. So you have to understand that one of the things that make films difficult right now is that in order to react to them, usually what I have to do is stream them on my computer because I can't record from Hulu or Netflix or any of those sites on my iPad. So what I have to do is stream it on my computer, and then I can record it. Unfortunately, I can't stream anything on my computer right now. So what I've been having to do with Buffy is find files, or I took my computer to my cousin's and I recorded the episodes and then just streamed or recorded myself watching the recordings, right? That way I didn't actually have to stream it at home. So the film thing is hard, but if I can find a file out there floating around of it, then I can do it. Or sometime in the next week, I'm hoping to go back, be able to go over to my cousin's again, and maybe I can take my computer and download it then so that I could watch it. It's going to be really hard to do without getting spoiled on anything. Like, you didn't even want me to know who was in it. I'm doing my best. But I'm hoping it's a little complicated. It's tough because you understand on iPads, I can do most things like YouTube on my iPad and record it. But Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of that, they all work on apps. And if you try to open them in the web browser, it sends you to the app. You can't watch anything on a browser. And I can't record anything off the apps. It just makes it tough. But I'm doing my best, I swear. And you're going to, like, I feel bad because I know you jumped the line for it. I feel bad that I can't get it to you as fast as I want to. But you know that you've been around since the beginning. You've always been a very strong supporter, and whenever I could, I had some way to give back to you when I can. So you know that I will do that. I will make sure to do that. Okay, but yes, everything is fine. Everything is great. Now I've got all this anxiety about this potential of me possibly being able to speak to Jeanette Renault. That's insane. I'm going to calm down, not get my hopes too high. And we need to share the link on the Discord. If I can remember how to do that. Sometimes I think the older I get, the less I'm able to operate technology, which I'm wondering if that's like a result of new technology coming out or just of getting older and not being good with technology. It might just be a side effect. But look, however, the second half of this this live goes, I want to tell you all that I appreciate you showing up. I intentionally tried to keep this small. It is worth trying, and I am down for it. But I intentionally wanted to keep this small because I wanted this kind of conversation. We could have went live on YouTube. We tend to pull 30, 40 people over there at a time, but that'll come in the future. That'll happen. Right now, I just wanted to have like a little intimate chat with you guys, let you ask questions, tell you what's going on with me, eat my food in front of you, and I miss this. I miss this interaction. It's coming soon, though. It'll be soon that I'll be able to just hop on Discord and say, hey, everybody come meet me in the voice chat room, right? Well, I'm not married anymore. So, I've been single for a while now. No, it would be great. Miss Renault, it seems like such a genuine person. And anytime I can talk to someone who has that much love in their heart, it just makes my whole world better. It just makes my whole world better. So why would I say no to that? Like, ever? And me, thankfully, I have this gift where I'm pretty much able to just blab about anything for however long, and it doesn't seem to get too boring, at least. No, I have barely seen anything of her. I think I've seen 2 songs total, and the one I reacted to, and to be honest, I can't remember. I think I just saw a snippet of her singing in that compilation that Laura was in it as well. Celine was in it. There was a compilation, um, One Chance, but in French. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I've heard a lot about her since the first time we did that reaction. So this is the first time I saw her sing. Excuse me if you can hear that, guys. I'm so sorry. That's gross. Um, but yeah, so many people love her. She's such an icon, particularly in Quebec. Une chance, right? I can't say the rest of that. So, one chance of something, right? Um, yeah, that I saw her there as well. But so many people love her. It would be an honor, like above an honor. I cannot tell you how much I would enjoy being able to speak to someone of her caliber. Um, hey guys, new people, got some at least 4 or 5 new people showing up. Say hi. I can't see who's here unless you say hi. Okay, you know what, Benoit? I think that one will go on the list for very, very soon. I've got a few more line jumpers. People are jumping the line like crazy. Fair warning for all of you who watch me on YouTube: there is a person jumping the line like mad with Angelina Jordan tracks. And while I think she's got a gorgeous voice, I get beaten in the comments by her fans. And even on this last one, it wasn't as bad. But I still have people jumping on there just being just rude, man. Just being really rude. When I did my first Angelina Jordan reaction, I had death threats. I had people telling me they were going to hurt my family. Like, it got really bad for a minute. Luckily, I mean, that kind of stuff just rolls off my shoulder a little bit. Hey, Phil. How are things in Scotland? I know someone else that follows us on. I think they're in the Discord. Oh Lord, I need to get better organized, guys. I just can't look at the internet easily anymore. You know, it takes so much effort just to get Discord to load these days. Good, man. It's so good to see you here. It really is. I think what I think about the most is when I did that reaction to Angelina Jordan. First of all, I said nothing negative about her voice or her performance. I thought she sang beautifully. I was concerned. I had some issues with some of the other aspects of the video, and people automatically conflated that with you think she's awful. I don't know where that came from. No, so basically, I felt like her performance was physically was a little flat. That she didn't look like she was really committed to it. Her vocal was gorgeous, and there was a ton of emotion in her vocal performance. And I said that, but one of the things that I said toward the end was that it's possible that she was too close to the performance. And sometimes, especially when you're that young, because she was only like 13 or 14, I think, whenever she made that recording. When you're that young, if something is too close to your own heart, a lot of the times you can kind of hold back and shut down to keep from breaking, and especially if you haven't learned how to do that. Yeah, and there's another thing, doing a studio recording or any kind of music video where you're not singing it live and you don't have an audience to work off of, or you're not running through the whole song, so you don't have that sort of emotional momentum to carry you. Those are a lot of challenges, and for somebody so young, they can be overwhelmed, or at least a struggle, right? But I think after learning that the song was about her grandfather and that he had just passed not that long before she recorded it, I tend to believe that it's possible that song was just too close to her heart. It was a little too intense, and so she had to pull back a little bit. I even heard that when rehearsing, she broke down crying a couple of times. So if she had broken down crying a couple of times that day, that would even explain why she was a little emotionally dry when recording the performance. Because if you've already broken down multiple times in one day, you can only tap into that intense of an emotion for so long before you kind of have to shut down. Yeah, it's a big difference. It's huge as a performer. It's a huge, I'm sure you know, Benoit, but it's huge. So that was basically my entire critique, was that it felt like she was a little bit emotionally not there, right? Physically, like, again, vocally, if I were listening, and I even said it in the video, I think, but if I were listening to it on the radio, I would have been incredibly moved by it and thought she was doing an amazing job of infusing her vocals with emotions. Um, but people got very upset, and I had people. But knowing what I know of Angelina Jordan, I think that if she saw anybody speaking to people the way that some people spoke to me in her name, I don't think she would be very happy about it. She seems like an incredibly kind, warm-hearted person, and I don't think that she would appreciate that. So I don't understand people who seem to care so much about an artist like that, but use such violent and aggressive language towards someone, hurtful language. But it's okay. Like I said, things like that tend to run off my back pretty well. I don't get too bogged down in it. This last one was not nearly as bad. Yeah, Angelina seems like a beautiful soul. I don't think she would appreciate that kind of thing. Now, Clara mentioned something a minute ago that Laura said she didn't think she'd be able to sing the song Never Enough. Did she say that because she thought that she would be too affected by it emotionally to get through it? Or was it just a vocal thing? Because I don't see that being the reason. Excuse me. So basically, the way I tried to look at that was that these are a few people who are really just not very happy people, you know? They're just not very happy people. And they're just looking for. They've attached so much of their self identity or so much of their mood to the perception of these artists that they follow, that if anybody even hints at anything not being absolutely perfect, their entire world goes askew and they become incredibly angry. And really, it's just kind of sad. And I really hope that those people can find some kind of equilibrium emotionally, because it really is. It's not healthy to be that attached that you would go so far as to threaten violence against someone's family. Like, that's really far. That's really intense. Even on the internet, that's a level that you hit. You know, that's up there. But then there are also. Exactly. That's very true. And I don't hold it against the artists ever at all. And what I was going to say is that there are also some incredibly kind fans, even ones who would come out and didn't understand what I was trying to say, and would tell me that I don't understand how you don't think that she's got such an amazing voice. I don't know why you think she didn't do a good job, but I appreciate your perspective. Thank you for reacting to her. You still seem pretty kind. I hope you'll react to more in the future. Proselyte. I don't think I've ever heard that phrase, or I may have heard it. I've never read it for sure. But some people are very kind, and then we'll talk, and hopefully, I'm able to convey whatever it is I was unable to in the video, to differentiate critiquing the performance itself from critiquing her voice, because her voice was, I'm not kidding, off the charts great. She's amazing. Angelina Jordan. I forgot for a minute I was chewing and I just leaned into the mic. I'm absolutely sure you could hear that. That's gross. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're talking about Angelina Jordan. We have someone who's she just jumped the line for an Angelina Jordan song. I just posted it, and now she's jumped the line for two more. She really wants me to get in there on Angelina Jordan, and it's going okay. It's going better. My fear is that my biggest fear when I posted it was that so many people were going to who hadn't seen the first one were going to go back and watch it, and then I was going to start getting all that hate mail all over again. But it hasn't been bad. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 really negative messages, but the majority of the messages or comments that I've gotten on those videos have been pretty positive. So I'm fine with it. You know what, actually, Clara, I think I would have had fun tearing those kind of attitudes apart. You always find that when I was at university, there was always a couple of students, and depending on what discipline they wanted to be in, who would completely dismiss one or more of the professor's instructions or director's teachings or lessons. And they were really easy to spot, but there are so many. The thing is, those people aren't going anywhere. People who won't humble themselves and learn have such a small chance at achieving even the most rudimentary style of consistent success. They might blow up. They might get a big excuse me. God, I don't like this. I'm going to stop eating. I'm never going to do this again. But they may have like be like a one-hit wonder kind of deal, but they're not going to have consistent success. It's almost impossible to not have any humility and just be and really achieve success. Now, you can lose your humility after you've achieved success, and that can be a problem, but usually that's a recipe for disaster anyway. Well, the thing is, you realize the younger people get, the less she seems like a legend to them, right? The further, not everybody, in fact, a lot of young kids, and not even just with music or with that style of music, but through all the different kinds of arts, a lot of young kids are not really growing up with a respect for the people who came 2 or 3 generations before. So, like, for instance, in 10 years, you're going to have a bunch of kids who don't care to hear anything from her because they're not even going to know who she is. And that's a shame because the people who've crafted, who've molded and helped shape the industry that you want to go into are incredibly important, and they're such a resource. And to grow into an industry without even the slightest respect for those who've helped build it is another recipe for the devastation of that industry. It will just have to be rebuilt again, by real artists in the future. Excuse me. So we talked a little bit before about the concert. Now that we have some people in here from Discord, I just want to make a quick announcement. I don't know how many of you in here know we have a house now. It's set to close on the 25th of next month. If it does, we'll be there by then. Hopefully, we can get everything done sooner. We've already done everything on our part. Oh, you're welcome. I'd almost forgotten about that. Yeah, I get it. Well, look, I get it. Like, oh man, I'm going to get off on tangents. Really quickly. Anyways, we got a new house. As soon as we can get into it, we'll get into it. And then the internet will be, it will have at least our the internet at the level that we used to have. Well, we have fiber on the way in that area, so it will just go to the roof. And I've even looked into getting a dedicated line run out there if I need one, which would be fine. And then I could just live stream all the time, just like whenever I want. And I'll be uploading and downloading videos all the time. There will be no more of this driving half an hour away at 2 o'clock in the morning to go sit in my car for 2 hours and upload a video over cell service. So that's exciting. Once I get in that house, we're going to start really kicking around some hardcore, like fast moving ideas of how to finish fundraising for this Lara Fabian concert. We are a little shy of where we need to be. At minimum, I should say at most, we're about 2/3 of the way there. But we need to get up a little bit higher. And again, to all of you who have already donated, I'm not even peripherally asking you for any more donations. You've given. I appreciate what you gave, and it's there. It's waiting to be used to get up into that concert. We just need to go out and find some other sources and make that happen. I have some ideas about that. Live streaming is going to be a big part of it, so I just need to get into that house and make that happen. But when time comes, I will need your guys' help. I need you to be online or sign up. And even if, like I said before, even if you open the live stream on your phone or on a tablet or on a computer when you're not using it and just leave it there, all the numbers that I get can help. They help spread the live stream around. So there will be plenty of ways for you to help support the concert from here on out without opening your wallets anymore, because I know that that's not possible for everybody, and I would not ask you to do that. So there are a couple of ideas we've kicked around. We'll talk about them more. You guys can talk about it in the Discord. If you have other ideas, leave them in the Discord. Clara I guarantee you, if anything good comes out, Clara will make sure I see it. I promise. If there's a good idea out there of how we can raise that money, Clara will make sure it gets in front of me. I promise you that. So, yeah, so that's that. About the thing on Twitter, are you talking? I'm almost missing. Were you talking about when I voiced? Oh, the from Laura with Love thing. I Everybody always has like a golden era when the whole world saw them. It doesn't even necessarily mean it was their best moments, but it's just when the world saw them, and that tends to stick. And that so it does. And from the from Laura with Love concert, was that for her? I still don't know. Like, I don't have a really solid picture in my mind of what was going on in her life or what point of her career she was in. I know that she was sort of in her prime, maybe just getting into her prime. And she was really powerful. She really owned that stage. And the world saw her then. There was a comment made that Lara fans, or some Lara fans, someone commented that they were tired of people always requesting the same reactions to the same songs from the same concert, that Lara's catalog is so huge and extends so far beyond the From Lara with Love concert, and that some people act like her career ended after that concert, like she hasn't been doing things since. And it's true. I've noticed that. Now, I think I've done a pretty good job, and you guys have certainly helped me do a good job of really expanding my sort of sphere when it comes to Lara, and really picking some gems out of different places. Now, but I will say this. Though, that particular performance, I haven't heard another performance that beats it necessarily. There are other performances that affect me in other ways more, but that performance of that one song, if I were talking to somebody who does reactions, right? And they were saying, "Well, you've been doing a lot of reactions. I've been hearing this Lara Fabian name. You do a lot about her on your channel. Which one should I start with?" That's the one I would tell them to start with. And if it is that, it's that performance, that concert performance. I mean, personally, I liked her tango performance, but that's for whole other reasons. But that performance was amazing. Also, Maybe You're Not From Here was also incredible. Now, I will say this. I've heard, I think, 4 versions of Je suis malade. I think I've heard her sing that in 4 different concerts or venues. I haven't heard many of the other songs from that concert from other places, right? So I could be wrong. I wouldn't begin to even venture a guess on those. But for Je suis malade, out of all of them that I've heard, that one is my favorite. I'll say that. So if, like I said, if I were telling another reactor, hey, this is where you should start, that would probably be it. I kind of wish actually that I had waited on, no, but it's in my list. I started getting Jump the Lines, and that kind of pushes everything else to the side. But, well, and also I've been doing Lara in spurts. I'm excited about it. I've been doing Lara in spurts and then like dumping them all on you guys all at one time, like I did the last time, because I'm still trying to have some kind of parody on the channel. Still trying to like vary it up on the channel on YouTube. But things are up in the air. Things are weird. Like normally anything I made would come to Patreon first, and it'd be at least a week before it hit YouTube. Right now, there's no guarantee of that. Lara's stuff comes to Patreon first, for sure. But there are some things I haven't posted on YouTube in a week. I have to put something out there, and it's just because it's so hard right now. My goodness. Guys, it's almost over, though. It's almost over. It'll be like 3 weeks, and then I'll have a place where I can actually watch, record, and upload from the same chair. Like I can do it from the same place. I won't have to get up and travel. I won't have to do it from, I mean, I spend half of my time transferring videos from my computer to my tablet to my phone, from my phone to my computer, and then editing them, and then back up to the computer, and then over to the tablet. And it's so much time spent doing all of this like sideways stuff just to make this work that I'm so excited to have internet at the house where I can just do everything from my computer and get it done. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. I saw a couple of comments. Hold on one second. That Starmania medley was incredible. It was really incredible. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Oh, Paul, you're so welcome. And it's not even a thing. I'm grateful that you're all still here. Do you know that I was sure? I was 100% assured that whenever the fire happened, that it wouldn't be by the end of January, I wouldn't have anybody left. Patreon would for sure be empty. I thought it would in my brain. Patreon would for sure be empty. My YouTube channel would possibly start shrinking. It certainly wouldn't grow any. I just knew it. It was a foregone conclusion for me, and I was so depressed about it. But you guys have never left. You stuck around. I know that I haven't always been able to completely repay you for that. But once everything finally gets squared away over the next year, oh my goodness, I will be pouring out the gratitude for that. Phil, you take care of those puppies. You have a good one, buddy. We're about to get off of here. We've been on here for a little over an hour. I can only do so long because I'm running off my phone and the battery dies. But thank you so much for being here. But actually, believe it or not, Clara, my console survived. I don't know how it happened. It was all black, but it didn't burn up. I had to get all new wires, but it still worked. But I can't seem to get my console to work. It's lagging. It's dropping frames. Like the frame rate's not working right, and I can't figure out why. I've got the same Elgato capture card and everything, but I've got a new computer, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know why that's not working. But yeah, there should be a few videos on there. One day I'll get back to that. Right? Eva Cassidy. Phil, drop a link either here or on the Discord. And Clara, do me a favor and make sure I get that link if you see it and I don't, to whatever Eva Cassidy song Phil wants me to do. You guys know that one thing that always happens after a live stream is you get a couple of rapid fire videos that you normally would have had to wait forever for. I will definitely do it. It'll be a while. That's really on the back burner between the music channel and the That's Not Acting TV, the with the Buffy stuff. That's really where my energy's focused. So the gaming channel will be a minute. Gaming videos are expensive to get edited, whereas I can get a Buffy video edited fairly cheaply. A gaming video is like a couple of $100 for just one video. It's because they have a ton of footage to go through, but it's kind of expensive. But I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I was just saying that once the house is done next month, at the end of next month, I will begin showing my appreciation for how you guys stuck with me in as many ways as I can. It'll be merch gifts. It'll be surprise videos all the time, surprise live streams. I might just go down a live and decide, hey, I'm going to call Benoit, or I'm going to call Michael, or I'm going to call Clara, and we're just going to have a chat, on live stream. That kind of thing will happen because I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to. And you guys really, it just hit me in my brain for a second and I almost teared up. I cannot tell you, you have saved, in a way, this entire YouTube venture of mine was saved by you guys. By those of you who have stuck with me throughout this really screwed up time, losing all my equipment, not being able to do things. You guys really, you sort of saved my life. and I'll never forget it. I never will. Yeah, I'm trying to get Gabriel to help, or we cross paths, we cross wires on this kind of stuff a lot. He's got his things that he's interested in, and I also tend to be a little. I get I have a problem with hyper focusing, and so I start working on something, and then by the time I realize that I could have asked him to help with it, I'm already halfway done. So it's been we've just been kind of crossing. I love you guys too. I love you guys so much. I really do. Yes. Also, but he will help. I hope he'll start helping soon. We keep talking about it, and it just doesn't keep happening. It just it ended up happening. He's also going to be getting a computer. We're going to be getting him his own computer pretty soon, maybe at the end of next month or soon after. So he'll have his own space to do that kind of stuff too. So hopefully, um, yes. Hold on. There was another question. What was that? Discord is tough for me. Discord doesn't load. Discord does not like to load on my iPad. It doesn't like to load on my phone out there at that place. So yeah, direct messaging or mentioning on Twitter probably works a lot better if you want to get a hold of me quickly. Also, direct messaging. Honestly, direct messaging on Instagram seems to work the best. It comes through as quick as a text message for me. But Twitter works just fine too. If I can figure out how to direct message on Twitter, I was trying to direct message someone earlier today and I couldn't get it to work. That's a joke. I know how to direct message on Twitter. It just wouldn't work for me earlier. I don't know why. Instagram works the best. Twitter's fine, and I respond to ats and whatever on public tweets. I'll respond to those just as quickly. So if there's something you wanted me to see or wanted me to comment on, I would be more than happy to respond publicly to a mention on Twitter, or you can DM me in either Twitter or Instagram. This should be pretty easy to find. The links to those things are, of course, usually in the descriptions. They won't be in this, but any of my YouTube videos, you can find the links to my Twitter and my Instagram. But yeah, that's better than the Discord for me right now. I still get on Discord and watch you guys talk. I'll get on Discord and kind of go back a little bit and read through the conversations that you've been having. So don't stop doing that because I love it because it makes me feel like I'm still there, even though I can't be involved in every conversation because I can't get it to load. I can still go back and read what you guys have been talking about, and it makes me, I don't know, it makes me like I can feel like I'm still a part of that community with you guys, right? But if you need to get a hold of me quickly, yeah, Twitter works, Instagram's fine. Either one of those things, instant messaging is just fine. Rain is number 2. Instagram, Rain is number 2. Who is that? Surely that's not a coincidence. Anyways, we've been going for a while. About an hour and 10 minutes. Anything that I can do to help, I'll help. My channel's starting to grow again. I'm excited about that. And I've got one channel up there. The people are commenting in the comments on that one video that I did in reaction to hers recently about how much they appreciate her. And so I tried to send it to her, but it got blocked or got stuck. It wouldn't send. I'll send it to her now because I'm in town. But I had a screenshot of this comment that was so grateful to Gabby for taking the time and putting all these videos together. I think she's awesome. I think she does a great job, and that's a shame. If there's anything I can do, hopefully sometime by August or September, I'll have some really strong numbers behind this YouTube channel. When things like that happen, I can make a difference. We're approaching 10,000 on YouTube right now. We're getting up there. Yeah, that was a big argument about music reaction in general for a while, that people were actually helping the artists by sharing their music. And it's true. Most artists are picking up on that. For instance, Laura doesn't give me any trouble. If something does get claimed, all I have to do is dispute it and it's gone. Aurora is another artist that gives me no trouble. Angelina Jordan gives me no trouble. They want Nightwish, no trouble. They want your videos out there. The ones that I have a hard time with are Loic Note and anything with Celine Dion in it gets blocked real fast. I have a hard time getting stuff with her in it out. But yeah, it's a real problem. But you tell her that I'm sorry, and if there's anything I can do to help, I doubt she'll ask, but if you think there's anything I can do to help, you let me know, and I'll just do it whether she asks me to or not. Okay. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. It's been an hour and a half, or hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes or so. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. That's Little Village protectionism. Laura was really Little Village protectionism. You have some interesting phrases, Benoit. Yeah, it's the Vivo thing with especially with Loic. Yeah, Loic, right. I've noticed that if I can avoid getting them from Vivo, they're easier. But I haven't been able to do that much. But I'm going to react to him anyway because he's amazing. He's incredible. Um, his Monsieur and Madame, right? Is that what it was? That song that he did, that video was absolutely amazing. Dude, for real, yes, yes. I would love that. That would be an amazing thing. I'm trying to sign out. It doesn't work because I just love talking to you guys so much. I don't know what it is, but like for instance, I did that reaction. I did a reaction that reaction that I did with Lara recently, and there was that small clip where she was on like a game show, and her and another one of the hosts was singing a Celine Dion song. It got claimed for that little 10-second snippet. I had to cut it out for YouTube. So we're on Patreon, you can see the whole thing. That little 15 seconds, 10, 15 seconds where they're singing that Celine Dion song is gone. I couldn't. I disputed it and everything, and then they kicked it back at me. And what sucks is when you do a YouTube video and then someone claims 15 seconds of a 20-minute video, they get all the revenue from the entire video, and that's not really fair. So I basically had to just snip it out. But yeah. Anyways, all right. I love you guys. I got to get out of here. Thanks for saying. I saw some of you saying goodbye. I appreciate you. Um, do I have to say it? I got to say it. I've got a shirt design with this, and then I will hopefully be launching that after we get into the house at some point. But I just want to say it because I just do. It just feels right. Please always be kind to each other, and most importantly, be kind to yourselves because you deserve it. I love you guys.